What's going on, everyone? Good morning. Good morning. How's it going, chat? Let's wait here a couple minutes, actually in 30 seconds, and then we'll go through what I'm going to be watching out for today. So we got some pretty good levels to keep an eye on, especially on ES. Um, just a crazy 2-day rally. So let's see if we can find a good entry today. Let's go through the economic calendar really quick. We have ISM data coming out at 10 a.m. and then President Trump is scheduled to speak at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Oops. All right. So again, we have data coming out at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So and then ADP non-farm employment already came out. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So let's go through this. So for ES, there's only two levels that I'm going to keep an eye on today, or actually one level, right? And it's this low volume node that was created between 7756 to 7762. All right. So right here. And if you zoom in as well, right? If you zoom in, there was on this push up, you can see these big orders here. There was some trap sellers that was actually um, was in that, in this low volume when this low volume node was created, right? So you had that push up, and then in the afternoon session, I mean, even after that push up, right, you got multiple tests there, and then in the afternoon session as well. So you got the confirmation there. So for today's session, I'm going to use that as a kind of my line in the sand for today's session, right? Will look for ways to be bullish as long as this level is defended. Um, for shorts, again, I can't stretch this enough. Try not to short at all-time highs, and if you do, which I think I might be if I see some confluence with the Nasdaq since it's nearing that 30K level, right? So just keep an eye on this one. We've already hit the 7,800 target. I honestly, we're in price discovery mode. All right. We are at all time highs. Just be very, very careful in trying to time the short here in the market. We're going to look for the same setup, the same, indication. When we see price weakness, we'll try to catch maybe, 4 or 5 scalps. But again, that's going to be a lower probability. Higher probability is just joining the trend, whatever it is for today. All right. But again, if my bearish thesis for today is if we break this level here at the low volume node, I am very, very interested in looking for a short, scalp short, targeting this zone here, this gray zone. All right, this 7741, this 7735. And why is that? That's kind of your demand zone from this, afternoon push or after 11 a.m. push, right? And you also had that consolidation zone here, there. You also saw a lot of orders that was being placed at that level. Okay. So that's the reason why I'm going to be targeting that if we break below this 7756 to 760 level. I think that's going to be a high probability for me. For the NASDAQ, really quick. All right. For those of you guys that trades NASDAQ, um, same thing, right? It's the same setup that Nasdaq is forming with ES. So this is your low volume node, right, between 29,740 to 29,760. So that's a 20-point range, right? Once it was created at around 1 p.m., you can see here, price bounce in the afternoon session. And right now, currently, you're somewhat, respecting that level, right? We haven't really gotten below it. So um, that's going to be your line in the sand for me at least. And if we start breaking that level, I do have a 30-minute demand that was created in yesterday's price action around 29,520 to 29,560. Right. Again, that's a big if we start to break below this level and we see some very aggressive sellers, right? I am looking for ways to be short, targeting this value area high from yesterday's session or value area low, sorry. And also, that's also your 30-minute demand. All right. So that's going to be the plan for the Nasdaq. Again, going to be using that as a confluence in today's session. But market's opening up here in less than 15 seconds. So good luck, good luck. And may the trading gods be with us today. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. Morning, chat. Sorry, didn't get to. I was kind of in a rush today. Let's see here. Morning, DJ, Puri, Rashawn, Christine, Miv, Ace, Kenfo, Trading Loft, Pablo, Shirag, Rohan. I already said that. Shank, Forever Trader, ING. Good morning. Good morning. Another push out. That's another all-time high. So keep an eye on the Nasdaq here. Keep an eye on the Nasdaq. You're approaching that 30K mark. That's a psychological level. Getting a little bit of rejection there. I don't like my playlist here now. Give me 1 second. Again, another reminder, we do have news coming out at 10 a.m. ISM data, I believe. Good morning. Good morning. All right, 30K just got touched on the Nasdaq and getting a little bit of a rejection there. You guys have any buys for today? Long. The only way, right? Also, for those of you guys, I did share the my settings for Motivewave. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the Discord. I'll try to answer. I'm pretty much free today, so I got time to answer some questions there. If you guys need help with the with setting it up, pull back long. Yeah. Hopefully we do get it in the morning. To be honest. Continue to keep an eye on the Nasdaq. Right, you're finally breaking above the 30K. That's kind of an important level for me, at least, since it's a psychological level, and a lot of traders are looking at that level. I mean, if you just zoom out and look to the left, that's kind of a pivot level as well. We got some multiple rejections at that 30K spot. Morning, Leo. And look at that big flush. Holy crap. Wow. Nasdaq from 30K down to 29,920. That's an 80-point move in less than 10 seconds. Wow. That's nuts. Hi, Amy. Looks like you're new here, but welcome. So the Discord is private right now. It's currently closed. That's going to be open in the next, probably in October. I'll need to um, do another poll with my A1 day ones at the Discord in the community here to see if they agree. I did a poll yesterday, and I think it's best to wait. All right, we're seeing some sellings here coming in currently. So you can see, let's see if this is going to stick here. Negative profile as well, building up here around that right below 7810. Is that just going to be a fuel for the next leg up? Morning, Kevin. Morning, Bara. Nothing special, Flavio. It's the community just wanted somewhere to kind of gather all like-minded people who has the same strategy. So I created that group, that community. We'll continue to add into it in the future, but it's just basically me making commentaries and the group sharing their ideas. Kevin, you should have gotten it. I remember you. I remember yours. Yeah, if you guys haven't received your the email. I've sent a mass email, but if you haven't, send an email here. I think Leo, I don't know if you sent an email. I haven't gotten that email either. But here's my email. But yeah, not everyone has joined yet on the original 50 that I sent out an invite to. All right, we're getting another push up here. NASDAQ above 30K again. Be careful today, guys. Look at the NASDAQ. I mean, you're getting that 40, 50 point swing. So I think it's a good day to size down on your positions. Felt like news. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Let me check out financial juice. I'm not seeing anything currently. We have 4 minutes until the 15-minute orb forms, and then we have about less than 20 minutes until the data comes out. Okay, so here's the news. Strait of Hormuz draft deal awaits final approval. Regional officials told AP that Iranian and Omani negotiators have finalized the draft agreement on the Strait of Hormuz, pending approval from Iran's supreme leader. And the deal is get this. The deal is only a temporary measure. So that means that may change again in the next, 2 to 3 weeks. It's crazy. Keep an eye on the seller, guys. Keep an eye on the seller at 7817. All right, so we got some aggressive buyers at the high, came down. We got some sellers here, stock sellers, right? And then you're getting this limit order here, not a big limit sell order, right where that seller came in, right? 7817. See how that reacts. NASDAQ continue to make high day. Getting that rejection now. But again, just be careful in trying to short this. Just look for scalps, maybe a 35 point scalps on shorts. Archie said, I expect NASDAQ to get to 3,100. Anything is possible, to be honest. With this type of parabolic move, anything is possible. Wouldn't be surprised if we do another 300-400 point rally again. It's nuts. All right, 15-minute order is gonna form now. This is just NASDAQ, guys. I know there's a little bit of divergence intraday, right? But this is just NASDAQ trying to catch up. Remember, ES already took out high day, all-time highs. While the NASDAQ is still way below it. So look at this, right? Remember that 7817 that we talked about? Those sellers? You peaked right above it and push down. So you grab those liquidity. It's kind of a liquidity sweep. And then you push right down. So now aggressive buyers again stepping in at 7810. Look how price is reacting now, right? We're now seeing price absorptions of buyers while sellers are gaining traction. So that's one piece of information that we can use right now. Okay. We saw the sellers coming in. We saw the limit sells coming in, right? You rallied into that into those limit sell orders, sweep those liquidity, push right down, seeing aggressive buys trying to step in, right? Getting rejected, right? Sellers coming in again, right? Getting a little bit of traction. So let's keep an eye on this one. Again, I think playing the short side is going to be a short-lived type of move. So take what you can get. 7810 is your overnight high and is your opening price, and that's where you're getting a lot of orders there, that 500 lot. Right now, you retested that level and getting rejected. Now I'm going to use that information, right? I'm going to use that information. The only thing that's kind of stopping me or wanting to formulate a bearish plan is NASDAQ is above 30K. Like if NASDAQ continues to go to to move to the upside, it's not, I don't think ES can get some follow throughs to the downside here. Morning, Chris. Welcome, welcome. What about you guys? Are you guys seeing anything? More orders coming in here at the 7810, guys. Again, those big orders are coming in where the opening price is and also where the overnight high is sitting at. Which is kind of interesting. That's where you're getting all these big orders right here. It's going to be an important level for me. If we see some type of move away from this zone, right, whether it's upside or downside, this level is going to play a big part for me. Again, only if we see a move away from this zone, whether to the upside or downside. Really wanted to go long at Nasdaq at 30.26. Holy, what was that? Did you guys see that? Sheesh. ES just dropped 5 points with those big orders. So this is what we wanted to see. So now remember that 7810, right? 7808 to 7810. All right, these are the sellers. Absorb. We're going to label this as buyer's absorption. Okay. So let's see if we can get a follow through. We're also starting to create a low volume node here, right? This area. But we'd like to see a move away from this zone first for me to consider this as a low volume node. Remember the setup that we had yesterday? This is the same thing that I'm looking at, okay? Again, I'm not going to consider this as a low volume node unless we move away from the zone. Maybe test the prior high. We bounce there, and I'm going to use this level as a resistance to play an entry. But I would like this to not get filled, right? This gap area on the volume profile. I'd like that to keep to stay that way. Here we go, shenanigans. All right, let's keep an eye here. Nasdaq hovering around the 30K mark. Reminder, we have news in 7 minutes. We have some stack liquidity around 7775 to 7780 on ES. We're retesting that level. And I want to take a stab at on this one so bad. I'll see if sellers are going to step in. Nasdaq still holding about 30K. So again, we're retesting those buyers that stuck here, right? So that's your buyer's absorption. That's bearish. And you're getting a little bit of rejection here. Nasdaq now kind of right below that 30K. If I take this trade on ES short, my stop loss is going to be tight here. I'm probably going to have my stop at maybe 7811 to 7815, 7811. But again, I'm not in it yet. I mean, look at this. You're coming up and revisiting that level again. And peaking right above it. Very volatile. Look at that. That's about a 3-point move there. In less than a second. Yeah. Definitely. That's right, Arch. Yes. If we can get above the 7-8-10s and that starts to get supported, right? I'm interested. I'm actually favoring longs, right? Since Nasdaq is still holding above the 30K. Again, we've been in an uptrend in the last couple of days. Surely shorts have been short-lived, and we're using that information. I'm not saying it's going to repeat today, but it has a high probability. I mean, we haven't even revisited yesterday's prior high, right? Prior highs are right around that 7786. So this price action is still bullish. So again, if I'm looking for short, I just want to reiterate this. I'm just looking for a scalp. I'm not looking to position myself for a 7-10 point move. If we get a 7-10 point move, then good, right? That has been the theme. There's more big orders coming in there. Another 500 lots at 7, 8, 10. You're really building up there. Really building up. News coming out in 4 minutes. Again, shorting will be a low probability. Make sure you understand that. I'm also using Nasdaq as a confluence there. If I start to see some, either buyers absorption or buyers becoming trapped, followed by aggressive sellers below 30K, then I'll be interested. All right, we're gonna get pushed right above it. More aggressive buys coming in at 7815. All right, let's see if we can get a retest off of this 7810. It doesn't necessarily, we don't necessarily have to retest it at the perfect level, right? If we can get a push up, even take out high a day, right? We push up, take out high a day. Let's look for that retracement. Maybe the 7815, right? That's going to be my plan here. News coming out in less than a minute. All right, news coming out in 10 seconds, guys. If you guys are in a position, make sure you guys manage it. There's going to be some volatility. And there's a drop. There's your retest. There's your retest, Arch. Now, is this going to have a follow through? NASDAQ about to test 30K again. Give me 1 second, guys. We're back. All right, back. What's going on, Proth? Nothing much. Just watching this 7810 to 7808. NASDAQ broke below 30K now, but again, not really seeing much. You're now trading near low day. Yeah, a little choppy. I'm gonna try this short here, guys. Stop loss is gonna be 7815. Looking for a low day target, or maybe even a 5. Like I said, a 3 to 5 point move. But we'll see. If we start to see if we break below 7800, I think we can see some traction here. Again, shorts are low probability. Watch NASDAQ at 30K again. If that starts to act as a resistance, um, we might see some follow throughs here. Might get stopped out. Let's see. Yep, stopped out there. Again, small position. Watching that 30K, I might have been just a little early, but I'm gonna try it again if I see something. I'm gonna try this one more time. Sellers coming in. But again, I'd really like NASDAQ to kind of lead here to the downside. Up about 4 or 5 points here. Need to see follow throughs. Here's another test of 30K on the NASDAQ. Sellers are trying to step in here on ES, as you can see here. But again, you're not really seeing any follow throughs. Currently at break even. Would like this buyer here to get stuck at 78.11. NASDAQ starting to struggle there at the 30K mark. But again, you're really not going anywhere yet. Getting a push up here now. Would like the 15s here to start acting as a resistance. Again, we'll need 78. I need 7,800 to break. I think that's the confirmation for more downside. I know it's a little far off here, but that's your confirmation because we could just literally chop here, right? I'll need 7,800 to break. I think we'll see low a day quickly. Good rejection there again on the Nasdaq at 30K, but again, is this gonna have fuel or are we just gonna chop here again? You're trading right around that opening price. Same thing with ES, right? You're trading around the opening price here. To be honest, this could be a good potential long here at the 78 tenths, right? You're now starting to, now this level is starting to act as support where we had those large imbalances. This could be a good potential long here. But again, I'm already in the short, so, and I already, I'll let you guys know my thesis behind this. You're in that long, John? Yeah, I mean that's a good area to long into. I mean you're being supported there. Sellers are really trying here. They're really trying. They need to get rewarded soon or else this could squeeze up. We're back in the greens here. I need to see something soon or else I'm gonna get out of this trade for either break even or again confirmation for more breakdown is 7800. Come on, market. What do you want to do? Up, down? Almost got stopped out there. Literally two ticks away from getting stopped out. Is it going to be one of those days where the market just consolidates after rallying for 2 days? Man. in that case, guys, in a ranging market, right? Balance range rule applies. What that means is you're not looking for a breakout on each side. You're looking for shorting the top, right? And buying the dip at the low. If this is the case. Currently, as you can see, it's a bell curve, right? It's a balanced day currently, right? Or are we gonna is this a consolidation for the next move up? Who knows? We'll see. Nasdaq is in your demand area from where? Xenos. We've been trending up. It's actually, if you look left, we're in supply zone. Your supply zone is between 30K to 3100. It's a 100-point supply zone. Back in the green here, and then there's a sell limit order there sitting at 7014 for 500 lots. They spoofed it. They removed that order before it could get filled. Come on, ES, don't chop me up here. Let's make a move. Someone just got filled there for 500 lots at 7815. Are we gonna get rejected here, or are we just gonna move up? Nasdaq continues to get rejected at the 30K mark. See, like whenever there's an aggressive buys, it's followed by an aggressive sell. Same amount. Can you guys see that? 529 lots, 529 lots. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on there. It's the same lot. Is that the same guy that's putting up those orders? I'm getting a little bit of a move down here now, but again, need 7,800 to break. I'm up 5 points here. Should I listen to my rules and just scalp the shorts? I was up about 7 points there. Again, I need 7,800. If 7,800 doesn't break, I'm gonna get out here. No, I don't take partials unless I'm in 10 micros. Then I'll do partials. I'm only in 3 micros. This might be a lower high, right? High. I mean low. I mean higher low. Low. Higher low. Are we gonna put a higher low here? That's why I said I need 7,800. Put these guys in pain, right? All of these guys that are buying. Up 7 points here. More aggressive sellers, but you need to see follow-throughs here, guys. You need to see follow-throughs, or else this is gonna bounce hard here. You cannot. That's where your VWAP is sitting currently. You need to see a break. More aggressive sellers coming in. You need to get rewarded. You need to push through. Watching NASDAQ here. I would like NASDAQ to break below low day. That could confirm our thesis there. Still hovering about 7 points in profit. Buyers are attempting here, guys, as you can see. We need those guys to get slapped. All right, NASDAQ just took out low day. We're up about 12 points here, guys. 12 points. This 7,800 cannot act as support. It cannot act as support. NASDAQ is also finding support at low day. I want this rejection here or else we're going to bounce. Watching this 7805. If this 7805 doesn't hold, I'm going to exit out. The 7805 needs to act as a resistance here. Okay, I'm out. Got out there. I mean, I should have. There's one thing I did wrong. All right, don't do this. We talked about the 7,800, right? I said the 7,800 will be our target, and that's where we need to see pressure to the downside, right? Knowing that we are currently in a balanced range, right? And also we are on a midterm, right? We're on the uptrending market. Why am I looking for continuation to the downside? I was already up 12 points. Why not exit out? The NASDAQ here, right? The NASDAQ here. We said we need continuation at the lower day. We took out the lower day as ES was reaching that 7,800 target. We saw it bouncing. Why not exit out there? So that's one of the things that I need to, like, that I did, like the mistake I did today. right? So take notes of that, right? Take notes of that. We had our areas of interest planned out way before we entered the trade, right? We took a trade earlier, we got stopped out, we re-entered with the same thesis, same analysis, right? And then we had a plan of taking 5 to 7 point, either 5 7 points scalp or even that 7,800 final target. Right now, you're retesting those orders at the 7,812, 7,815s, and you're acting as a resistance. But again, am I interested in looking for short again here? I don't think so. I don't think so. So again, I'm gonna keep the same. I'm gonna say the same comment that I've been saying. Right, shorts are gonna be short-lived. Try not to stay in the shorts for too long. Meaning that just go for your price targets. Right. Don't look for continuation unless we start to see, a break of structure. Don't make the same mistake I did. I know it's still a green. It's still a green trade, but it could have been that trade. If I exit out 7,800, that could have put me in the green for today. For right now, I think I'm slightly red because of that first trade. Let me see. Yeah, down $20 for today. Continue to keep an eye on the Nasdaq at 30K. Again, guys, it's gonna come to effort versus reward. Right now, sellers are coming in. They're coming in hot, coming in hot, coming in hot at the lows even. Coming in hot here at the 7806. They're coming in hot. Are they getting rewarded? Right, you can even see it on a delta profile here. Red delta, are they getting rewarded? What is the price doing? Zeno said it's good to long ES if we're absorbing the all trap sellers. Yeah, but the thing is, where do you want to be long? Right, where do you want to be long here? Because prior high is still at 7786, like near the lows. If you're gonna look to long near the lows, you need some proper confirmation here in the order flow. Right now, I'm not seeing anything for me to play long off of. That's why I took the short. Because I couldn't see anything and I started to see some, short like setup. Like right now, look, this is the information that's given to us currently intraday. This 7813 to 7815, where those orders came in, right? We flushed down, we took profits, retested that level and rejected. This might have been your another short opportunity there, right? Off of that rejection. So put a mark on your chart there at that 7812 to 7815. I'll even give it until 7810, right? That opening price. That's where you got a lot of big orders coming in here. Like as long as price is resisted here, I think you're looking for more downside, and use the Nasdaq at 30K as your confluence as well. This might be the top of the range, right? Of this consolidation. Again, another trap buyer there at 7800. Now we hit our final target and then some, 7796. You're about to take a low day. Was anyone still in the short off of that original thesis that we got, or did you guys get out as me? I'm looking for another trade here. I'm looking for another trade. If we really can revisit this low volume node here from yesterday, right, the 7756 to 7762, that's a good area to long off of. And then if we break below that, guys, I will look to kind of aggressively get into this trade. Again, targeting the 7740 to 7735 area. Got out for -2. Yeah, that was a really fast retrace too. Oh, yeah, where's the like at, by the way? We have about 12 likes currently, guys. Can we get it up to 25, maybe 30? Really appreciate it. Buyers are really attempting here and they're getting rejected. I might try another short here, guys. If I take this short, my stop loss would be above the 7805s. Or if you want it tighter, above like a VWAP. Not in it yet. I'm looking for an entry here. A lot of activity there at 7,800. This might be a good short entry here at the 7800. Look to target prior high at 7786. We might be too late now. Yeah, this is gonna take out the low. Yeah, there you go. There it is. Yeah, 7800 was a good entry there as well. Right, aggressive buyers there. Aggressive buyers could not break above, could not make a new high. Lots of tests, lots of aggressive buyers, and just got rejected there, which put in a new low currently. Overnight point of control status open. We can see reaction here from buyers. Where is that at Leslie? Because I don't look at extended hours volume profile. $7,790. Again, this is going to be my areas of interest, right? I already marked it on the chart. The red zones. Those are going to be my areas of interest for potential shorts. NASDAQ coming down nicely. As soon as I said that, aggressive bias comes in. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. Are you guys? I mean, I've seen this before where there's two-sided orders, right? You get aggressive buys 330, and then aggressive sell followed by aggressive sells. Again, another area to keep an eye on the Nasdaq. right? It's the 29,740 to 29,760. More activities coming in here at the 7790s, as you can see, right? Negative delta starting to build up. That's 1200. Is this going to be an absorption here for price to, because you're nearing that prior high, right? 7786. The low of day is 7788. Watch the 7800, 7802. Keep an eye on that one. I'm gonna try this long here, guys. Stop loss is gonna be below. I might get stopped out here real quick. Jeez. Hold off on that one if you can. But I was looking for a break above 7796 just to target 7800 to 7802 for a quick scalp. Yeah, I got stopped out there. All right, this is gonna be my last trade. Looking for one last trade here. I was going off of the absorption here at the 7790s. I swear to God, if this bounces here. You gotta be kidding me. You really swiped my stop loss. Are you? You better take out yesterday's high. You gotta be kidding me. Ay, ay, ay. There's some big liquidity on the NASDAQ at 29,890s. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. Aggressive buyers are stepping in here at 790.93. Yeah, I think we're gonna touch that 7,800. I just got I got in a little early and swept me just to move to in our direction. Jeez. Is my stop loss way too tight? The thing is, I don't want to give it more than 5 points. Volatility is not that bad on ES. Nasdaq rejected my demand zone. Xenos, are you talking about a supply zone? Because demand zones are usually, you say, technically you would say you're bouncing out of demand zone, right? Or if it's supply, you're rejecting at supply zone. Yeah, that's why I was confused earlier. I was like, you're calling this a demand zone? It's a supply. I really like this long, guys, but I can't enter it now. I'm saving this last bullet for an A plus setup. I was literally just looking for a scalp into that 7,800, and if the 7,800 break, I was gonna go for a final target at 7,804 to 7,805. Did you guys get stopped out too, or did you guys didn't participate in that trade? It's 40 lots. That's the setting, Flavio. There's the 7,800 target. Swipe my stop, and then went. Yep. If you guys are still in the long, that would have been my target. Again, just looking for a scalp there. Because this is the area where you can get rejected at 7,800. That's why I marked it red box. I'm gonna try to refrain from calling out my plays on scalp trades. I don't think it's gonna make sense, or it's gonna help you guys if I'm just going for a 3-5 point move. You'll be able to see it on my screen, and you'll be able to hear whenever I get into get in the trade. But again, my analysis is gonna stay the same. 7,800. That's gonna be your new supply, and then for longs again, first idea was that scalp at that 7,790 absorption, right? We're just looking for a 7,800 target. Now I'm just, if I see another, potential bounce, I might take it again just for a scalp. More sellers coming in here, now testing prior high. What in the world just happened? Wow. There it is. Holy moly. Sheesh. Okay. That was fun. Watching 29,760 and 29,740 on the NASDAQ. Also watching, again, this low volume node, right? On ES. Can we please move away from this level? Can we just push down, right? And then, because we're starting to create a low volume node here, right? But for this low volume node to be valid, I would like price to continue to the downside. Maybe we get a bounce right here, right? Maybe we get a bounce at 7762. We can play that long, and then we'll look for a short right here, which will be an A+ setup. So that's going to be the setup I'm going to be looking for today. All right. Would like price to continue to the downside here, right? Maybe test this 7762, 7756, and then we find some buyers for possible retracement, and then look to short at this low volume node for continuation to the downside. Again, right now, to me, this is not a valid low volume node. I need to see a move away from this zone. Imagine holding our shorts, 7815s, or even entering here at the 7800s. My gosh, that was a crazy move. Streamlabs is a hater. I need to change that. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I think my restriction is way too tight. Yeah, I didn't like that. I'm gonna remove that now. Keep an eye on 7790s. There's some large trades that happened there as well. Right, delta profile negative or red at that 7790. Could this be a good area of interest for a potential short? I don't know. I really wanted that low volume note to kind of play out, but now we're like above it. I think riskier short will be here at the 7790s. We already retested the 7800 and we already got that move to the downside. So now are the sellers done? Because we did get some absorption here at the low at the 7780s. We're now reclaiming prior levels high, or prior high from yesterday. Maybe for 7800. Just the thing, we already tested the 7800. I don't think if we're gonna revisit the 7800, I don't think we're gonna reject there. I think the next level is here at the 790s. If this reclaims at the 7790s, I might look for a potential long anticipating a 7800 break into the 7810 to 7815. Like if we're gonna reject, I think if sellers are strong here, it will be at the 7790s. We're kind of getting that rejection now at the 7790s. All right, 11 o'clock. I'm gonna wait another maybe 10, 15 minutes. Did you exit out your options on a Q short, Miv? You hit that. It did hit that 2900 target that you got. I'm gonna try this short here. Come on, ES, give me one of those swoosh to the downside. Good rejection so far. If we can get below 7780s, if 7780s get tested and we bounce there, I might exit out and just take some profits there. But if we break below that with aggressive sellers, I think we'll see low day, and then you have your low day 7776. Closing price is also right around that level, right? 7774, and then overnight low is 7771. So you have cluster targets there that we can use. But first, we need to break below the 7780s. Yeah, we're up about 5 points here. Buyers are aggressively trying here, as you can see at the 7786. They're trying here again at the 7788. we reject here now, right? If we start to break below 7783, I'm gonna expect the follow through, putting these guys in pain, right? These buyers here at the 7788s. So we need to get below the 7783s, and we should see some follow continuation there. But if not, we might push here and possibly test the 7800 again. All right, watch the 7783. If that gets broken, we should see some continuation there. Passive sell limit sitting at 7790s, 589 lots. I would like for us to trade away from it and not try to fill that order. It's probably going to try to grab that liquidity. It always does. That order got filled. That's like 500 lots. Aggressive buys. Another one at the low. Crazy. So you filled aggressive buys and aggressive sells. Right around the same price. Right about the same order. Are we going to get a continuation here? Is it going to be the same as what we had here at the 7815s? Right? Are we going to get that downside here now? Let's see. Leslie says, careful, if we don't take out the 83s low, this could turn into a long above the 86 for your day high. It could, yeah, it could. It definitely could. By the way, guys, I don't like this. I don't like scalping for 5 to 7 points. That's just not me. I'm more of a positional trader, right? I hate scalping. I hate putting in 5, 7 trades a day. I just hate it. Another rejection there, but again, we need to break below the 83s here. If we can break the 83s, we can get continuation. We're up about 4 to 5 points. We're up 5 here. Breaking the 83s, but we need to see continuation here. We're seeing some large sellers, aggressive sellers coming in, but we need a follow through. We need a follow through here. More sellers coming in. More sellers coming in. You can see it here. We need a reaction here now. We need these guys to break below the 80s. Remember, there's a big order there that's sitting at the 80s that got filled, right? So about 6 points here. Come on, don't slow down now. Now there's liquidity spot flashing at 7790s. Please don't tell me you're gonna go grab it. Can we just come down here? Feel free to take profits, guys. We're up about 6 points here. Alexa, stop. I want the 80s to break. Because if the 80s break, low day is going to come in real fast here. Here's more sellers coming in. More sellers coming in. You can see it on the heat map, right? More sellers coming in at it was at 82s and then now 81s. Now we're testing the 80s. I think we're going to see low day here. I think things are going to go fast right there. So we're up about almost 10 points. 10 points there, guys. We're at 10 points. $11 points, 12 points. Here's low day. 13 points. $14 points. Let's go. We're approaching closing price here. Aggressive buyers stepping in here at the 77s. Need those guys to be put in pain, right? Use that as liquidity for more downside here at the 77s. If that bounces, I'm going to get out. I'm going to go for overnight low. That's going to be close to 20 points if we get it. More sellers are stepping in here, guys. There you go. There it is. 15 points here. 15 points. More sellers are coming in. More sellers are coming in. Right here, sellers. And then buyers try to attempt here, and then they got trapped. Let's freaking go! Let's go! Let's go! Wow. Wow. I just closed it on my personal is. Whew. I had, guys, I had 3 minis on my personal. 3 minis on my personal. Holy shit. Holy shit. I had 3 minis. Let me just tell you this. I had 3 minis. I had one. I averaged into it. I had one at 7810 short. I had one at 7800. And I had one at 7788. Not more than 30 points. I averaged in. I had 1 minis here, 1 minis here, 1 minis here, and I got all out. I had a sell order at 7768, 7770. That's all we need, guys. One good trade. You see those paper cuts that we got? Made up for it. Made up for it. Let's go, man. Let's go. All right, guys. I think that's a good way to end the stream, right? Good way to end the stream. All right, everyone. I know it was a tough day. Again, I tried multiple shorts here, and I actually also tried long. I got stopped out there, and I said I'm gonna do one more trade, and my one trade is gonna be an A+ setup, and that's what I saw. Right, we saw that 7788, 790, and I said, hey, we already got the rejections at 7800. If sellers are really strong, right, they would come in at the 7790s. Like if price starts to go back to 7800s, I think there's a higher probability that we'll squeeze up. So that's why I put in some risk. Definitely not an easy trade, but it paid out, right? Paid out. All right, guys. As always, I think I'm gonna call it a day for today. But as always, you guys have a good one. Stay safe out there. I'm going to be done for today. I'm going to close shop. It's a good day for me. Hope you guys had a good day as well. But again, stay safe, everyone. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning. Peace.